Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody on YouTube, you know who it is, Daddy Life. Yeah, woo woo. Basically, I'm back with another video. This is going to be a Q&A questionnaire, and you can see by the title of it, I'll be asking a parent about being a parent in 2018, and let's get to it, boys. First question. Obviously, you found out there's a new person in here as well.
Yo, what's up?
But yeah, so first question, what is your name?
My name is Oggs.
Okay, Oggs. How old are you?
I am currently 27.
27. Okay,
Yeah.
it's close to my age. Yeah, we're young in heart. That's right. So are you actually married?
I am, yes.
Okay, you are married.
I'm married.
Jeez, at that young
I
age.
ain't got the ring on, but
Okay.
I am married. There's a long story behind that.
Don't
but
worry, we don't want to talk about that.
Alright.
How long have you been married for?
I've been married for 4.5 years.
Okay.
So January will be 5 years. So, you know, I'm trailing behind someone, you know, to hit that 5-year mark. But yeah, 4.5 years.
Actually, I got married on what? Today's August, I think, the 18th when we should forget me. But yeah, 18th. Just so anybody knows. Do you have any children? Oh.
I have, yes, I have. I've got 3 beautiful children.
Shit. Names? Do you have?
Yeah, so I've got 2 girls and a boy. So my oldest girl is Eden. She's not Eden. Tay. She's Tay. She's 8. Then I've got my boy, she's in the middle. He's 5, and then my daughter Eden. So she's 3.
Okay, that's serious, man. Do you have any married friends, or do you have people that are close to you?
Yeah, I've got a lot of people around me that's married, to be honest. Like mom and dad, they're married, so I grew up, you know, in a married home.
Okay.
You know, because I've got church as well, so quite a lot.
Okay.
A few of my friends from church, couples of church, they're married. So yeah, I've got quite a lot of people around me. That's
okay. That's good, man. So do you reckon that sort of made you, or as in before you sort of got married, did you have married friends before, or you?
I would say not too long. Usually, sort of like for a few months. So before I got married, that's when I kind of started going to church.
Okay.
And then it's from then that's when I started to find married people who were my age, because I didn't really see that before. So most of the married people that I knew, they were a lot older than me and stuff like that. So I would say from before I was married, I only knew like older couples that were married, so like my aunts and my mum and dad.
Okay,
And you know, my mum's friends and stuff like that. But I think when I started coming to church, that's when I actually saw that it was people my age at the time actually married and stuff. And I think that was a big help, because it helped me to actually understand what it would be like to be married at a young age.
Of course.
If that makes sense.
But that's good. Another question for you. Do you think we all should get married by any chance, or?
Sorry, say that again?
Do you think we should get married?
Do I think we should get married? Well, I mean, the fact that I am married, I think people should get married. Yeah. I think it's a beautiful thing. You know, when 2 people who at one point had different views and different opinions can come together and be one, basically, live under one roof. And you know, I think it's a perfect environment for raising children and things like that as well. So yeah, just in passing, I think people should get married.
Thank you for that. I do appreciate it. Next question. Well, we're coming up to the last couple of questions. Do you think people? Well, the question says, do you think people should date for just for not being single?
Do I think people should date for not being single? A little bit of a tough question, but I think you should date with the intent of getting married. That makes sense. Because I believe that there are certain things that people go through in a relationship when they're not married that should only happen when they are married. If that makes sense.
Of course.
I think, you know, being together with a person, I think there's a lot of emotional stress that could potentially come if a person's not committed. And I understand that people would say, well, you know, we don't have to be married to be committed.
Of course.
But my question I would say is, if you're committed, why wouldn't you get married?
Of course.
You know, so it seems like people want
they want everything else, but they don't want to have that commitment.
Yes, yeah. And I think there's a lot that marriage brings that being in a relationship doesn't, and not just you know how society sees it as you know for you know maybe for the woman, if some reason they divorce or whatever, you know there will be some sort of financial parting and stuff like that. Not just for that, but I think you know as a Christian in a spiritual sense, you know that's the environment that God intended for men and women to be, and the environment that you need to raise a kid and things like that. So I think definitely.
Okay. Yeah. That's very, very good. Because obviously I grew up in a sort of a marriage environment as well, and obviously having that sort of ability to see what's happening in that sense really can help and change your trajectory of what you want. That's some very good stuff there. Just the last question as well. Well, actually, sorry, second to last. What kept you married?
What kept me
so
married?
you've been married for 4 years.
Yeah,
so what's kept you? Because some people they would say like 1 year, and or just like they come out of the actual marriage seminar and that's it. They're just done.
Yeah. I think for me, it's again understanding the whole concept of marriage. You know, the marriage is really, when you look at it on a biblical perspective, it's all about the union that Jesus has with his church.
So you keep on saying this, I'm so sorry to cut you, you keep on saying like this marriage and Christian thing, I mean in regards to church and Bible and stuff. Are you a Christian?
Yeah. So I'm a Christian, and you know honestly, I probably wouldn't have got married if I wasn't a Christian.
Oh, okay, true.
Right? Because my view on marriage before Christianity and after Christianity is obviously different. Because I would see it as if marriage was something that God intended for how he wants his people or people in general to live, you know, if they're to get together and have a family, I thought, well, if I'm not a Christian, then that concept doesn't really apply to me. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think, you know, a marriage as a whole, I would live by how a marriage is supposed to be lived, the way God intended it to live. And I think understanding that concept and understanding if God is the one that made marriage, I think what's helped me to stay married, and God willing, if you know, if I was to live another 100 years, to stay married another 100 years, is to always keep God in the center of the marriage.
That's true. But that's what they say in the vows as well. Well, most of the time, obviously, for better, for worse, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you know, when you make your vows, you make it before God. So
and you're in that sort of environment as well.
Yeah, so. And you know, I'll you know, vows aren't just for the wedding day. You know what I'm saying? It's every single day,
of course,
and it's just a matter of living out those vows. So, yeah.
Very, very, very serious stuff, man. Because not everybody sort of realizes that, and not everybody sort of picks up on what the responsibility of being married is, or just having that ability to know exactly what you want to do and why you want to do it for the right reasons.
Yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, the last question, just for everyone out there as well. If you had 3 things to say for someone if they wanted to be or be kept married, what would be 3 things would be?
So again,
just 3.
Yeah, 3. So cool. So basically, like I said beforehand, you know, there are marriages that last, you know, years and years. You know, as the vows may say, till death do them part. And there's other marriages that doesn't last. So for me, I think the one thing that you'd have to, in order for a marriage to last, is to understand who was the one that created marriage. And always keep that person in the marriage. So for example, God. You know, that's my first thing.
So the first thing is God.
Have to keep Christ in the middle of the marriage. Always, every decision and stuff that you make, that you may have struggle in making together, always look at what did Christ do and things like that. 2, I would say communication is one big thing. Always communicate, even if it means that you may not agree with the other person. I think it's always a matter of communicating and not just doing things as individuals. So that is for me one big thing. And the third thing is, you know, always refer back to your wedding day. You know, remembering, you know, the vows that you made. I think if you always keep that in your mind every day, one, it just reminds you every day that you love the person, and when you may go through tough times, it's that love that's what's gonna help to keep it.
So you think, as a parent in 2020, as you said, the commitments, well, the three things that you mentioned was God, commitment, and, you know, think about your marriage.
Communication.
Well,
so God, communication, and, you know, just remembering your vows.
So in regards to parenting as well, in 2018, do you think it's been a struggle, or do you think it's from what you obviously back in regards to when you was a child, do you think anything's changed, or do you think it's still the same, or harder?
I'd say that the act in itself of parenting in 2018, you know, parenting in itself, you know, is a blessing, you know, as a whole. So it's been great, just to be able to share a life with children, seeing them learn, seeing them grow. So that in itself is a blessing. But I think when you look at society in 2018 in comparison to how when I was, you know, sort of my children's age, it's totally different. You know, I grew up in a generation where we could go outside and play, you know, without restraints.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
you know, we can go out, we can leave the doors unlocked. You know,
you can't do that now, boy.
You know, and yeah, you know, the things that they showed on TV back in our days.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Comparison to how it is now. I think, you know, in 2018, it's the difficult part of parenting is preparing, looking at society today and preparing my kids for when they are, you know, the age where they can make their own decisions. So I'm not looking at 2018, I'm thinking about, you know, 10 years, 2028, when my kids are like, you know, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, is how can I prepare them now for that? And now it's so hard to keep them away from negative things and things that they see in society and things like that. So there's loads of things, and I think that's the difficult bit of parenting. But in a sense of the actual acting duty of doing it, I think it's good to go. It's a blessing.
Well, that's very, very good in regards to the information. Thank you so much for doing this interview as well.
Always,
you know, I do appreciate it. More to come with this guy here. But yeah, so if you do like this video, feel free to comment down below. You know, obviously, say if you want to see more videos of him, Og's in the video. But yeah, if you do like the video, subscribe, and obviously, you know, plug this out there, boys. Yeah, plug it out. But anyways, thank you very much for joining Daddy Life. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video with more to come.
Peace.